us now. And this is the RV Women Hangout. We do this every Sunday at 4 o'clock Pacific time. And as women RVing, and some of us are part-time, some of us are full-time. I'm a full-time RVer and have been since April of this year. And okay, I pushed the record thing, Joe Match. Okay. And anyway, what we do is we talk about RVing, and from a woman's perspective, there are some things that that women don't think that they can do, and we're basically a multitude of women who say, yeah, you can do that. So that's what we're doing. Adele here has been coming to the RV Women Hangouts since the beginning, I think, which was, I don't know when I even started. I'm going to have to go back and look.
I think it was April.
I was going to say April too.
The end of March or April, something like that.
Yeah, it was sometime March, because I want to say that I left to start full-timing somewhere the 18th of April. So I know we'd been doing them for several weeks before that. RV roaming, welcome. First time I have joined, looking forward to learning more. You know, a lot of this relies on whatever questions you have that, or anything that you have that you'd like to share. Women do really interesting things with RVs. I think women are the first ones who said, hey, let's take out that chair because we just don't need it. And begin remodeling the insides. I've got hundreds of videos talking about space-saving things and devices that I use. Being a full-timer, are you both full-timer? No. Adele, do you want to talk about your RV status?
Well, in 2001, my husband retired and we started traveling full-time. We sold our house and stored our furniture, and we lived in our motorhome for 2.5 years. Well, unfortunately, my mother became ill and I had to step in and help with her. And we started having grandbabies and we started helping with those. So no, we haven't started full-timing. I'll always have my house, but I do hope to go down to Florida in just a few weeks, and at least be gone a month or so until lambs start coming.
Oh gosh, where are you going in Florida?
Well, we usually go into the Destin area.
Oh, okay. I was through there. I went through there. Yeah, that's not warm enough for me. I need to be warmer.
I know it's not real warm. I would really like to go down to the Keys. Yeah. But I don't know that I have enough time. I'd like to stay down there for a month and get to know the area.
Well, it's a small key, so it doesn't take you very long to, learn about it.
Yeah, well, we have military rights, so we can stay on any military base.
There's a lot of nice ones.
Yeah, there are. That's where I buy all my groceries.
Nice.
When I'm traveling. Now in West Virginia, I don't have anything.
Mohammed Mazoom wants to come in. Mohammed doesn't sound like a woman's name. And it's because it's not a woman. Hi, Mohammed. Hi. You look like a guy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
You're what?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't let you remain on the panel because the panel's only for women.
You can watch.
But you can watch.
The audience.
You can watch us, and you can put your comments on the side. Okay. But I just wanted to click you in because you want it to be LinkedIn.
I don't know, but
What country are you in?
Sri Lanka.
Oh.
Okay. What time is it there?
I'm now is working in the Dubai.
You're working in Dubai?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Okay. But you can watch, this is the RV Women Hangout. And basically we're taking RV.
I'm talking, but little, not more.
Oh, too much English.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you for stopping by. Really appreciate it.
Bye.
Okay, are you sure? Yeah.
That was nice.
Okay. That was really nice. He's a nice guy. Yeah, it's only women on the panel itself. And so that, we get information from women. Men will talk. You can go anywhere on YouTube and probably eventually Blab, and you can learn things from a male perspective, but male brains, female brains, way different. They do things way harder, and women can always figure out the easy ways to do it. And Janine, Blue Sage, I see a question here, and it says, RV Lady, do you have a website where you show the videos? My videos are all on YouTube under RV Lady. And yes, I do have a website, but it's under construction. And eventually I will put the videos on there, probably just a couple of weeks a couple of weeks worth, because I make a video pretty much every day. And now I don't always upload them every day, but I make a lot of videos. So you can view them over on YouTube, and then just type in RV Lady and I should pop up. Who knows? Let's see, do you have a website? My website is rvlady.net. rvlady.net. And you can go over there and see that it's under construction. It's pretty funny. And I really need to work on that. For the last 4 nights, I have been where there is no internet. And so because of that, then all my videos are behind and, kind of like airplanes trying to fly into LAX, just backed up. But someday I will have an RV. Janine, someday is now. And we can give you all kinds of advice. Okay, picture on your site, laugh out loud. I know, it is funny, isn't it? Money, it depends on what you want, depends on what you're going to do. It depends on how far you want to go. Now, I'm from Southern California. I'm currently in Carabel, Florida, and at an RV park called Ho Hum, which is pretty cute. And it kind of depends. I don't travel fast or far. I think I traveled today approximately 30 miles. And Kelly, come in. And all of the U.S. want something drivable. All over the U.S. want. I do back roads. I have a tow vehicle, and it is a Suzuki Samurai. And I want to say it's a 1987. But anyway, I tow that and take it off-road. So I leave my RV someplace where it hopefully won't fall into a sinkhole. And then I get in the Suzuki and go cruise around with the dog. And yes, I go alone. Oh, well, I take the dog. So is that alone? The dog is very little help. So yeah, I go alone. All she wants to do is get out of the car and run. So it's not, for those of you who are new to the RV Women Hangout, I was actually at this point supposed to be heading down to the Yucatan in Mexico, and then Paris happened. And the United States consulate said, you know, if you don't need to travel abroad, which includes Mexico, don't. And so I decided not to go to Mexico. And that's pretty much what has brought me to, where am I? Florida, thus far, chasing the warmth. Because being from Southern California, I'm not really used to cold weather. So it's not intriguing to me. I don't like to, you know, wake up with pain from the cold, because it's cold. Your YouTube shows a drivable, not a tow. Okay, I don't know what that means.
Well, I think they've gotten it mixed up. It shows that you do have a Class A motorhome, but your tow is being towed by the Class A.
Right.
And I think maybe the person didn't understand that. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, good, because I really didn't understand that.
That's the way I took it. I could be wrong.
I have a 26-foot Class A RV, and it's just myself. Hello, Russ. And I tow then behind the RV a little car, it's a little Suzuki, and you know, then I unhook it and take it wherever I want it to go. When I want to go to the grocery store and stuff like that, you know, very rarely do I, unless I'm on the road. I don't take the RV into a grocery store parking lot. You cannot back up when you are towing. That is absolutely correct. It will destroy the transmission of your RV, is what I have been told. Haven't tried it, not really interested in trying it. But basically, oh, you have another question? Basically, I just don't get into situations where I have to back up when I've got the Suzuki on. You kind of get a sixth sense about it. And I've only had to unhook it one time that I got into a situation where I couldn't make a U-turn to get out of a parking lot. And I basically, you know, unhooked, moved, hooked it back up on the road. And then, is a Class A 27-foot a good size to live in? Maxine, it depends on how many people you're living with. Now, for me, my 26-foot is fine. The RV that I had before this was a Class C RV, Patches, and that was 28 feet. So do I miss those couple of feet? Yeah, I kind of do. But this is fine for me, one person and a big dog. It would probably be fine for two people and a big dog. But I think beyond that, you're done.
Yeah. Ours is 31 foot, and that's a nice size for our two dogs and my husband and I. But I'll tell you, if I get in a bad mood, he has to spend a lot of time outside.
Yeah. And I think it's always a good idea to have a tent and a cot. I can't remember who I was talking to. Somebody said something about they wish they could. I can't remember. I mean, you know, chatting with on YouTube. And, you know, I said, I got a cot in the tent. Come on down. And, you know, you go where I go and then you have to live in the tent. Sorry. Let's see. Question, what about the need for a pop-out? Okay, slide-outs are pop-ups. When you say pop-up or pop-out, those are those pop-up tent things. But these are called slide-outs, and basically they make your RV roomier, which is a nice thing. Now, that said, the next RV I get will probably have a slide out. However, I have heard all the horror stories concerning slide outs that you can slide them out and they don't slide back in. Or you can slide them in, but you can't get them to slide out. Since I've only been doing this since April, I wasn't really interested in searching for something that was going to provide me, more work and stress. So I wasn't really looking for slide outs. Now, when I eventually do get a slide out, I'm going to be very, very careful with it. You must be level before you slide your slide out. Okay, and that's perfectly level. So you'll notice that most slide out RVs have self-levelers, and that's an absolute must, because you have to hit zero. You have to be perfectly level in order to slide that thing in and out. And if you don't, you'll bend it, and then you're in trouble. Having a cover over the slide out is very important to keep dust and dirt and leaves and debris from collecting above your slide out, because then you would have to clean that before you slid it back in. So it is a question of how much education you have on that. And I don't know anything about slide outs. I know a lot about a lot of stuff. I don't know anything about slide outs. I just know what the horror stories are. Oh, you're welcome. Maxine. Yeah. I have this is technically my third RV. My first RV was a 35-foot Hawkins motor coach. And my brother came and visited me and stole it. So my second RV was the Class C that I bought for $500. Okay, the guy said the transmission was bad and had to be replaced, which wasn't true. The transmission needed a new converter and new seals, but it didn't need a new transmission itself. So I spent probably a couple $1,000s on getting it ready for the road, tires, and all that stuff that you have to do. And then drove it up to Northern California and sold it, because I found this one, and this was the one that I was looking for before I got that one. So I sold it for $4,000, and then I bought this coach that I'm in now. 26-foot Winnebago Brave SE or something like that, some letters after it. Bought this one for $10,000. So technically, I only paid $6,000 for it. So that's what I'm saying. There are deals to be had. It depends on how much you know, how hard you can work, how smart you can work. Memberships depend on need. How and where will you be traveling? Oh, memberships. I really haven't found the memberships to be worthwhile yet. And I say yet because at some point I may change my mind and want to do that. Because I never know where I'm going, and I never know how long I'm going to stay. And I never know if I'm going to turn left or right or just go straight. So a membership for me at this time isn't beneficial. Now, as an AARP member and as a AAA member, you can get, most resort places, nice places will offer you a 10% discount. Yeah. And Good Sam, same deal, 10% off. But if you've got AAA or an AARP card, that works too. What's really nice is pulling into a place where they just automatically assume you have one of them. And they don't even ask for proof. They just say, oh, okay, are you a member of AAA, AARP, or Samsung? Yes. Okay, 10% off. let's see. Have any of you used membership parks such
I
as Thousand
haven't.
Trails?
I've had passport for several years. And I found that it's very limited for me because when I'm traveling, you know, weekends are a place I want to stay somewhere on a weekend also. And passport was very limited, you know, Monday through Thursday was usually their days that they would let you have half price. Yeah.
Oh, half price.
Now, escapees, when we started, gosh, years and years ago, it was in the 90s that I got my lifetime membership for Sam's Club, or Good Sam's, excuse me. I also have Sam's Club, but Good Sam's is what is for RVing. And so we, you know, we've been Good Sam members. Oh, there's RV Debs. Hey.
Hi, gang.
Yep. Hey.
I'm good. How are you guys?
How are you?
Good.
Good. How close are you camped to? Oh, crap.
Pensacola?
What it's called. No, well, Pensacola is close enough. No, because I was actually in Alabama and I spent the night there at some state park.
We have a nice park here.
And I can't.
I'm close, like 15 miles away from Pensacola line, Florida.
Oh, okay. Now I'm in. Where am I?
I don't know where Carabel is.
Florida. Carabel is on the coast, on the 90, could be the 95, could be 96. I have no idea where.
Okay.
Highway 98.
Is it near like Ocala?
No.
Okay.
It's still in the Panhandle. I'm still in the Panhandle. I am east and south of Tallahassee.
Well, now we're about 4 hours away from you.
I'm still in the Panhandle. Oh,
we're close.
I know. I just like drive an hour at a time, then I pull over.
Hi, how's everybody doing?
Hey, Jammin', what's happening?
Hi, Jammin'.
Good. Good to see you.
I'm doing good.
Thank you. We're still at the Peak.
Did anybody bring an alcoholic beverage besides me?
Get one.
But I just had a nice homemade taco.
Well, we pulled. The dog has had dinner, but I haven't had dinner, so I thought, why not throw
Why not?
throw
You're
an
not
alcohol
going
beverage
anywhere.
on top? No problem. Yeah. But I have something called, if you've never heard of this, don't feel like you're alone. It's called a Smith and Kearns, and it is Kahlua with a Coca-Cola and milk on top. So it basically tastes like.
That'd be easy to drink.
I've heard of it, never had it though.
Oh, it's fabulous. But we were just talking about memberships.
Yes.
I see that you are an escapee, huh?
We used
How do you like that so far?
We used it in a campground in Deming, New Mexico.
That's because that's their campground.
Yeah, one of them.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the only one. Hey, Steve.
Yeah, that's their like headquarters.
Well, their headquarters is in Texas.
Yeah.
Livingston, Texas.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're
always looking for work campers. Office.
I had looked at a nursing job with escapees. Oh, let's see, probably 2000, 2001. And they needed like home health nurses, and I have been a home health nurse, but I don't have a Texas license. I was licensed in West Virginia though, so it'd be easy to do at that time. I don't want to work anymore.
I don't either.
I want to play. I want to just have fun.
I like painting.
I like working.
Oh yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm going to show you my latest thing here.
Yeah, just making videos for me is working. I went out today to do one video, and I've had to do at least 5 or 6 takes.
Yeah, why don't you just go for it?
Why?
I don't like to do over and over.
I can't stand it. It drives me nuts. Well,
You're
the
too much
first
of a
time,
perfectionist.
well, no, the first time I got interrupted by people walking around the campground. The second time my daughter called me, and so my phone's ringing in the back, in my pocket. The next time my memory card ran full.
Oh, okay. Those are legitimate.
It's just constant. And it's like, okay, I get out there and it's like, I remember what I'm talking about now. Like, what?
I never remember what I'm talking about. Oh, except I don't know if you've seen my most recent
I didn't want to say anything.
Video postings, which was today.
Yeah,
Oh God, I was so mad. But I was getting propane at an Ace Hardware store. Who knew? And got to the propane, got to the right side where the propane is.
Oh man!
But I was too far away for the hose, and so they wanted me to come around again. So I made another big U in their parking lot, and I'm pulling up as close as I think is good. There's 2 Ace Hardware employees out there, 2 of them. Stop me! I ran right into those goddamn yellow poles, and I dented the crap out of the RV. And so now I need to go find someplace to get it fixed.
It's a bummer.
So mad. And I jumped out of the RV after I hit it, and I just looked at those 2 guys, and I said, "Are you 2 fucking blind?"
I probably would have said something like that too.
I'm taking my bowl bat to them.
Oh my God! I was so angry with them. I mean,
they
they're
could have slapped
right
you.
watching me drive.
Yeah, something could have been done.
And so, they go, whoa, after I've hit it. Well, I didn't know, whoa.
Well, I haven't seen that yet.
Yeah.
I think I'm like 1 or 2 videos behind.
Yeah,
I just posted them today. I have had no place to upload. I've been out in the boondocks in the Apalachicola National Forest, and very beautiful. I can see where.
See, that's what I like.
$3.
When I went to the last time I was in Florida, it was $50 every night.
Oh no.
Well, there's no services.
I have everything I need.
I think I've got a pretty good deal for $2.90 a month.
Yeah, you do.
It's got everything. So
that's really good.
$2.90. Let's see how much.
I'm hoping to come down and see you, Deb, before we go anywhere else. I'm coming down from the Knoxville.
There's always overnighter. They use one section for the pull-throughs for the night.
How much are they a night? How much are they?
$20 with passport.
Yeah, I don't have passport anymore. I might have to take that out again.
Probably only 25 with it though. I want to show you what I've been doing. Well, I've been making paintings. This one's sold. I got to send it out Monday.
Oh, that's awesome.
But now I'm getting
Paddy wagons.
That's a teardrop. But then I got serious on it, and this one I got from a real trailer that not a painting or anything. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Those are cute.
They're
here. Those are
1957. Really I think what I'm going to do is they're 5x7, so they really fit anywhere. I'm going to do a series of these type.
Mm-hmm.
I've got another one picked out. I'm going to do it later.
I know. I've got a lot of people
telling me. I wonder if I had a good photo, and I could, make it a little more whimsical than reality, because I'm not, I'm not Leonardo da Vinci or anything.
Right.
This is my other one.
Yeah.
Deb, do you have Facebook?
Yeah.
You do have Facebook?
Uh-huh.
Oh, then you should hook up with all of us, and then we can share it too.
What I'm going to need to do, since Facebook for me has always been like my cousin, my friends, I've been letting some of the good people from my subs, talk, that I've been sharing it. But I think is there a way to have like 2 Facebooks where it's not, you know what I mean? Like RV Debs would be a nice, that way it's not my real last name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, do a fan page.
So it's a fan page.
Mm-hmm.
I got to figure out how to do that. That's a good idea.
Yeah, they're real easy to do.
I'm not on YouTube. I mean, I'm not on what's it
Fans
called?
page.
I'm not on Facebook.
Yeah, I'm one of them.
People are always asking to friend me, and
Now,
it's not like I want to not be their friend, but when I let somebody on Facebook, then they're seeing things that I don't share on YouTube. That's all, Not a lot, but enough.
Yeah, I'm
YouTube is a lot.
Yeah, I've only friended a few people on my private page, and I don't like doing that. And
I don't either, and I've done that too now.
Yeah, and then I've had a few of them kick me off, and it's kind of, I don't know. So I say the fan page is probably best.
I think like I've let several on, and then you see what people are all about, though.
Yep.
Some people get on these like bandwagons, like they're.
I am just like I am on YouTube.
I know, but
I'm the same.
And I am too. I am
person
too.
on YouTube.
But a lot of people that get on Facebook, that's their point of view in life. Like if they're like against gun control, then you get like 5 in a row about why guns should be, and then the next person's your friend, and they're into like hunting, and it gets to me. I just almost ignore them, and that's when I have too many people.
Well, that's interesting you should say that, because in the Apalachicola forest, it is
Here too.
deer season, and everybody with a truck, a dog, and a
Makes
gun
you kind of
is out there
worry.
shooting stuff. But I was at they have a little tiny store there, and I was in there, and a bunch of hunters were in there talking, and the one guy said, something about his kills out in the back of the truck or whatever, And what's really interesting is they refer to themselves as rednecks. Okay. They are just, this is what the guy said. You're a full-blown redneck country. But anyway, he said his dead deer was in the back of the truck or something, and I made a face.
I don't like it either.
Like, ick. Oh God, ick. And so he just looks at me and says, you must be that California license plate out there. Yeah. And I said, I don't have a problem
if you're
with
starving
hunting.
And you got to take care of,
Yeah. Exactly. If it's meat for your meat locker for winter, but just to go out there and recreationally shoot.
Yeah, I agree.
Is just
I agree.
wrong.
If you're going to eat it, then that's fine. But if you're not eating it, see, I fish. I love fishing, and I don't eat any seafood, so I catch and release.
Poor things that can walk around with blistered little sore mouths.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks,
I'd have that filleted so quick and in the frying pan.
I would too. I like seafood.
Oh yeah.
I've tried fish a couple times, and I can't stomach it. And as far as like lobster and crab, and I haven't even tried it. I have no desire. It just, the smell of it grosses me out. The sound of.
You mean the fish fillets and stuff?
Yeah, I don't like any of it.
RV lady disappeared.
Well, it's a good thing there's 3 beautiful women here to take to keep it rolling.
Yeah.
I don't do hangouts much anymore.
Yeah, I've only done a couple. This is probably my.
I'm just over the whole. It's crazy.
Yeah.
This is nicer. I think this is better.
I think this is too. I like the format. Seems easy.
Any of them that were going on YouTube, I wasn't following any of those. They
waste your time.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I blocked a few people just because I don't think that.
8-hour grab sessions. How the heck do they do that?
I would never do that. I'd be sleeping.
Wow. 2 hours. My gosh.
I like little cans. I don't know if anybody else collects things like this, But at Walmart today, I saw this double mint gum can, and when I didn't know what to expect, but it's pretty cool. I've got all kinds of the gums that this company makes.
Oh.
And then when it's empty, I got a little cute gum box.
Or a bucket
It's the little things, isn't it?
Yeah. I have 3 outbuildings with all kinds of stuff.
Oh, really?
People have died in the family, and I just, like my mother-in-law's Avon bottles, and
what are you going to do with all this stuff?
oh gosh.
You need to start downsizing before you know it.
Get me an Etsy page.
I wonder if Etsy's good for downsizing. I don't know.
I don't
Welcome
know.
back.
Oh, thanks. I
Yeah,
just
I have
lost
no
my
idea.
connection. You know,
I'm sorry that when you came real close to me that I didn't pull you over for a meal and at least one night.
oh, I'll be going back that way. Well,
Okay.
well, of course, I don't know where you're going to be.
I'm right off 10 too. I mean, like right off 10.
I was never on the 10. I was on all the secondary roads. You know, I really try to stay off the
The main
primary
highway.
roads. Yeah, because they're boring. But it was called Gold Coast. No, that wasn't what it was called. Let me see if I have something here. Oh no, wrong map. Okay, this is my Florida map. I went through Mississippi and Alabama, and I didn't have a map, paper map.
I got to tell you, it's very dangerous. This happened to somebody that came here. They went through Mobile and like came in like the other way, and the tunnel was not tall enough for them. And oh yeah, there's a tunnel. Now you probably
know,
would be
winter.
tall enough. I don't know how tall yours is, but these people, they're like looking at the tunnel. They said they were talking about it together, and they went for it, and they smashed the whole. I mean, they took everything off the top, all the air. They came here like limping.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
That's the second time we've
Oh
seen
my
people
god.
that have been in a major like I don't know, somebody else hit something and their whole side was caved in. But
Well, you know, I do try to go in the center when I'm in tunnels, and but that one in Mobile, I want to say I was going through it, and so was there. They must have had a fifth wheeler, because that's the only thing that I can think of that would be tall enough.
it was like 12.9 or something, and they were like 12.13.
Because I want to say maybe it's not the same one. It seems to me as I'm going through Mobile, there is a beautiful tunnel. It's beautiful. It's all tile and shiny. And I went through there, no problem. But there are a lot of tunnels all over the place that you need to go through, and I pay attention to them when I'm going through.
Well, how tall are you? Do you know how tall your whole thing is?
I think I'm like 12 and a half, 12. Or maybe I'm 11 something, but I always think 12.
Yeah,
I'm 11.4.
Yeah, I think I'm 11.4 too, but I always think 12.
I'm pretty short. I think I'm under 11.
But I've seen some very, very high fifth wheelers.
Oh my God, they are. They're really high.
Oh my! They dwarf the vehicle that's pulling them. You know, here at this park, when the dog and I went for a walk when we got here, there's somebody who has a fifth wheeler, and it has sliding glass doors and a deck.
Oh my gosh.
That's nice.
I'll take pictures of it.
Wow.
That's
sounds
interesting.
Awesome. Yeah, and I'd never seen that before. A deck.
Yeah, it sounds like
Where
they
they
would.
have two chairs. It's a
I've never
big
seen
deck.
it on the fifth wheel, but on a park model, I've seen it, on trailers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But never on a fifth
But
wheel.
I'll make a video of it tomorrow and post it because it's very, very cool. Right now, I'm at an RV park that I just told them I was spending the night, but I may stay tomorrow night too. I am paying $30-ish.
Wow.
30 and change for this per night. Oh, the site itself is $29.70, and then there's tax. whatever that may be. Oh, here's the receipt. I paid $32.37.
But you have electric and a dump and all that.
Yeah. I have, all the amenities, including cable TV and internet. I'm on their internet right now.
That's pretty good.
I was on my internet and it failed. So, and that's Verizon. I went down to one itty bitty little bar, and I lost to this.
The internet here is not bad.
So
It
that's
depends
what I
on
was
what
doing.
time. But I did get an internet connection separate. But I've been over people that visiting.
I think that's a good.
For people that are into YouTube, you need your own.
Stay any place.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to read Facebook or your email, you don't need it.
I think we used.
Maybe I am confused. Maybe there are toy haulers and there are fifth wheelers, and they all look like to me.
The toy
Is that
hauler
possible?
has a big area that you can put your four-wheeler or motorcycle. It's inside.
Usually the back.
Box.
And then they put that down, it becomes a ramp, or some of them become a backyard.
Yeah. This balcony that this RV has is out the side.
Definitely take some
It's
video
not out
of
the
it.
back. Yeah, it's nice on stilts. Stilts support it, and yeah, I'll definitely take pictures of it.
There's several
on
people
my
at my
YouTube
park
channel.
here that know who I am,
Mhm.
and like I was doing my laundry, and this lady walked up to me and said, "You're RV Debs," and I'm like, "Yeah." I was like, "Oh shit." And she goes, "Yeah, my husband's really into it. I watched a few, but he watches every one of them." And then he comes walking up, and I'm like, because it's weird that they know all about me. I don't know who they are from Adam. It is.
It's kind of freaky. My daughter was taking one of those. She takes these ongoing courses, like getting to know yourself better or whatever. I have no idea what they are. Obviously, I don't. But she's sitting in there, and the subject was your relatives, and so she started talking about me. And she was just like, I didn't realize until I grew up what my mother was under and what she was doing, and her dreams and desires and blah 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 blah. And now she is fulfilling one of her dreams, which is being a full-time RVer. And she has a YouTube channel, and my daughter's like going on explaining this, and one woman looks at her and she says, "Your mom's not buying any young lady, is she?"
Well, you know what? Every time I meet somebody,
and my daughter's like, "Yes."
like the couple, they go, "Oh yeah, we watch RV Lady, and we watch Greg. What's his face in G?
Chris and G.
Thank you, Chris and G. All the ones we all watch." And there's another guy here. He's a real young guy, and he has a brand new. I'm going to try to get an interview. 2016 Class C, 24 foot. It's small, but it's really ample. I would love it. Oh, that would be the perfect travel vehicle.
Does it have
This one doesn't have a slide out. It doesn't need it. I have to. I'll have to. I think he'll let me. He's very nice, and he said that he watches my videos, and he's going to come over and let me use his. I need a printer to print out stuff, so we're getting to be friendly anyway. It's weird. Like I was yesterday really in a lonely space. I was walking around the campground. It was real quiet. Nobody was around, and I was like, "Where am I? Who am I?
Why am
What am I doing?" And then this guy Dave, he said, "Come on over," and I had already met him because he introduced himself at a dinner. We all went to dinner. He's like, "You're RV Debs," but he showed me his place, so something happened nice out of my lonely walk.
Yeah, I haven't, interestingly enough, for those of you who are, thinking about this kind of lifestyle, I've been doing this since April. I have not had that yet. Now I wake up in the morning and say, "Where am I?"
I know I'm somewhere
what's it
in
look like
Florida.
Yeah, exactly. And having a paper map makes me feel better. But I have not had that Gee, I am lonely. I have not experienced that yet.
I think the reason I feel it is because I'd lost a husband, and my best friend moved to Texas, and so I'm kind of like lonely for them.
Yeah.
Why don't you
I know,
go to
but the
Texas?
winter's
It's not very
colder,
far.
and I really don't feel like freezing my off. I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I think I'll go probably February, and it'll still be cold, but I'm comfortable. I just bought a heater, a ceramic heater. Oh, it's the nicest heater.
Yeah.
And it's like blows the whole room warm.
Oh.
You should go. You should go to Texas.
I will be.
Okay,
I had one
going
that's right. I can see. Here's the heater. Here's my feet, and I still wasn't getting hot. I thought it's time for a new heater.
Well, that's really interesting. I just learned after these 4 days of being in the middle of nowhere that I do not have to have my generator on in order to use my heater. I always thought I needed my generator on in order to use the heater. I know. This is what I'm saying. It's like,
you don't need electric.
Yes.
You just need your batteries.
Yes. But I left the heater.
You just need batteries to make it through the night for the fan.
I know that now. I know that now. But, I had no idea. And I have been running the generator and shut it off and decided I was going to go to bed. And before I turned off the generator, and the reason I really had it on was I have these things I call beanies. I don't really know what they are. You heat them up in the microwave and then you put them around your neck. And I've got one for my back. And I have them for my feet.
Nice, nice.
But anyway, I was heating up they're really cute. They are little beanies, and you open a Velcro area on the slipper, and that thing goes in and out of there, and then you just get in bed and you're all warm and toasty.
I bought an electric throw today too. So it's across my bed. It's big enough, and it's going to be so warm and toasty. I can't wait for the next cold night,
But I turned everything off and then, shut the generator off. But I forgot to turn off the heater thing. And all of a sudden, I'm like,
the heater's on.
What's that noise? And I get up out of bed, the heater's on. And I was like, what a lame brain you are. What are you doing out here driving with adults? It is a learn as you go. I mean, the heater works great, but I just had no idea that it just ran off the battery and the propane.
Today I went to make some eggs, first time ever, and like the gas went. So I'm like, oh no, I'm out of gas, which was, at least it wasn't cold, right?
Oh.
But my Chuck, the guys here, this came over, took them off, went and got it, brought it back.
Oh,
yeah, two of them, a 30-gallon and a 20-gallon, and they last a long time. $41.
Yeah, I don't remember the size of my. I always wait till everything gets halfway. Like if it shows that it's halfway empty, I go and find propane. Same with the gas tank. It gets down to a half tank, and I want to go get gas in it. And I guess that's just been my rule of thumb since forever.
It's always good to keep it full.
Yeah, but see, even after doing this for so many months, you can find out that RVers are, stupid. Yeah, we do stupid stuff. Just like at home.
I've been doing this. Actually, I started my blog in April. I didn't move into this RV until the middle of summer, and then I stayed there during the rain. I mean, I like living in it. I do like living in it. They don't build them like they should.
No, they don't.
They really don't.
They want you to buy another one in 5 years.
Well, my seats on the bench here, there's one on this side, one on that side. Well, I had put a knee to get up to this thing. I knee it, and I heard a couple times crunch. And I thought, oh, God, yeah. And I looked. Well, the other day I'm sitting, and I'm thinking, God, I'm sitting low. I looked, and it was like completely broken. So I know. So my dear friend
Time to go to
Friends
Home
in the
Depot.
park. They went for me. I didn't even have to do it at all. They went and cut them, put them in, and now I'm like solid as a rock. I feel so much more secure.
That's great. I'm glad you
That's
found
funny.
someone to help you. I really
There's a couple guys here that really are just nice people, and don't, as long as you don't make a habit, which I don't.
Oh yeah.
And then my neighbor Bill, he's professional. He's like works at in case you want your RV done, he works at All Star RV, and if he doesn't hear it for me, I get a real big break.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, he fixed my heater.
When I pulled into this RV park, I was looking at their rate sheet and it said RV wash $7. And I said, and I'll be needing the RV washer, guys.
Yeah, I need some RV washers
and
too.
I will tip. Well, she said, that's just for the water.
How much is it? 100?
She says, no, there are no RV guys that come over and wash your vehicle. That's if you want to wash it yourself. And you have to pay for the water. So, yeah, really, really fun.
Yeah, my RV could use a good scrubbing, but I can't do it.
Oh, mine is, and one of the reasons that I'm thinking about staying here another day, night, whatever, is because, hell, I may stay awake, but so that I can wash the outside.
Yeah, because that's how you relax. When you pull off the highway after driving for a while, it takes about, a few hours to just really unwind and mellow into your place. The next day, it's like, if you don't have to go one more night, I mean, doesn't that make, you can like chill out for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I only drove for an hour, so it wasn't like there was a lot of recovery time.
That's
there.
Like, Nomadic Fanatic will drive like 30 miles or something. and do you guys know who Pandemonium is?
Yeah. I don't follow her, but I know who she is.
She's a wonderful video maker. I love her a lot. And she'll drive she'll go, I have 11 miles to my next Walmart. Or she stays at Walmart's mostly.
Down here, I'm surprised that there are so many Walmarts that are, no. Yeah, they are big no. Big sign.
If you're near cities at all, forget it. Yeah. I don't know about all of them.
Well, I was really surprised that in this one that I drove by, I didn't go in there, or maybe I did. Yes, I did. I did go in there and I did some dog food shopping. And basically I stopped, as I was leaving and the store manager was standing there and I said, I'm an RVer and I really could use a lot of food, and I decided I wasn't going to buy any food here because you are RV unfriendly.
Good for you.
And so I bought 2 cans of dog food, just backup cans.
They should let
people. Went on my merry way. If RVers would just go in there, I mean, it was the middle of the day. I wasn't going to stay anyway, but that's not the point. The point is, they've got big, giant parking lots that do nothing.
Have you ever heard of staying at a movie theater?
No.
Well, I've heard that those big cinema tens, those kind.
Yeah.
That they've got a huge parking lot. And if you go in and say, listen, I'd like to go to a movie a couple times the next couple days, and I can park my RV way in the back and kind of be security at the same time, would you mind? And they say, yes, it's okay. So just another idea.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's interesting because I really want to see Star Wars.
That'd be the way to do it. If you can find like a Carmichael 10 or whatever they are now. But because I know but there are like big parking lots and they're empty. And there's no one there in the morning. And there's really no one there late at night. It really is empty.
I would go either for a matinee or I would go
matinee
for
and dinner and then sleep there.
Or very late at night. Or I'd go to the movies very late at night and then just want to come out and stumble into my RV. I
think that's a good way to. I mean, I don't know if it always works, but I've heard that some people do that.
Mm-hmm.
You have to be creative.
I wonder. Yeah. Well, I'm going to find out because I want to see Star Wars.
I would too.
I'd like to see it.
That stuff. I'm a sci-fi
I do too.
It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
the first one.
And I wonder, Yarv bought
Did he go?
two tickets to, I don't know if he went or not. I mean, I'm sure he went, but Nomadic Fanatic was supposed to meet up with him, and they were going to go see. It's all of the Star Wars. You know, it was like 27 hours of Star
By the time
Wars.
they got to the new one, I'd be sleeping. I'd be over. I'd be done.
Well, yeah, apparently there were 30-minute breaks in between. That's when I was.
Yeah, I can't see the TV that long. You know, that would really.
I couldn't
Maybe
sit there that long.
I could do two movies, maybe. 2 movies.
Yeah.
Well, I told him, I said if Nomadic didn't show, that I'd fly in and go to it, and then, you know, stay some overnight somewhere, and then fly back the next day. Yeah, I would do that. I love Star Wars.
I like Star Wars a lot. I'm looking forward to it, and I don't usually go to the movies that much. Yeah. Although I'm doing Netflix now, I'm really into Netflix.
Yeah, I've done that for years.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. What else can we talk about? Does anybody have any questions out there in the viewing audience? Another place are hospitals if you're
Hospitals,
stuck.
that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know that would be a very fun place because of sirens coming in
That's
at
true,
all
too.
hours. I don't know if that
But the
would
price
be
would be
very good.
right, so I might be able to just grin and bear it.
Well, as I said, this place that I stayed in the Apalachicola Forest, easy entry, you know, easy to get into. Now, there was no water there. Well, that's not really true. There was water there. I've made a video. There was water there, and but it's sulfur water. What do you guys know about sulfur water?
It tastes
Drinking
like it smells bad and tastes bad.
Yeah, I would think.
It smells bad, but it tastes sweet.
No, I don't drink
I've had it before.
I only drink bottled water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. After
I have
me
a
too.
Brita. Supposedly the water here is good. Everyone tells me, but I take it and put it through the Brita for my coffee. But I drink bottled water when I'm drinking water. But I always have since I'm a kid.
Don't drink sulfur water. Why?
Because it's got sulfur in it.
Well, sulfur's not going to hurt you.
Smelly.
I mean, if it would do anything,
Where
it
am I
would,
looking at people talking? On the right or the left?
the right.
It's on
For
the
me, anyway.
right. Me too.
Oh, on the left, it should be questions, shouldn't it?
Yeah, questions come up, but nobody has asked any questions yet.
There's a
We already
it's a
answered.
27-foot.
Oh, I'll bet you're supposed to X them out after you answer them.
You are?
Let's see. You have a website. Okay. Yes, I do. Okay. For those of you who want to laugh, go to my website. It's under construction, and it's rvlady.net. And at some point, I'll get it figured out. But there was a guy there that was camped, and he said that there was a van with 2 women in it that pulled up, and out of the back of the RV, they took plastic bag after plastic bag of those gallon containers and filled them all up.
With the sulfur
And,
water? Maybe it's
sulfur
good for your
water.
bones or something.
I don't know. I'm going to find out.
Someone
I
says
have
gets
2
rid
gallons
of kidney
of it.
stones. The Pope drinks it from Italy. Really?
I'm going to check it out.
Yeah, just Google it.
Yeah, I will eventually. But yeah, I filled up 2, gallons of water so that I would have it, and I'm going to try it. But if it gets rid of kidney stones, that'd be great. If it gets rid of anything, that would be great. Was on CNN. But these women claimed to be. He said they were middle-aged women. And I just looked at him and I said, "Do you consider me middle-aged?" And he said, "No." And I said, "Okay, so I'm old."
So they're
I'm
like
old.
20-year-olds? What? Wait.
I don't. That's what I was trying to determine is, what middle age was to him. And so anyway, long story short, he said that they said they were both over 100 years old.
No.
Oh,
And they'd been drinking the water since they were children.
Maybe that's the thing. Your body is ready for it.
I don't know. He said they were middle-aged. I don't know what that means. 30s, I guess. 30s, 40s.
When I was about
like
14, if you asked me what old was, I would say 40.
If you would have asked me, I'd have said
Well, even 35, yeah. Over 30.
No,
That would've
not
been like death.
35, because I always felt that when I turned 30, I was actually an adult and people would listen to me.
It's a good age, 30.
I felt like when I hit 30, I had 2 kids. Now mom and dad and in-laws and everybody else, they would take me more serious now because I'm 30. So that was the adult age for me.
How did that work out for you?
It didn't. I'm 50. Well, I'm 49 and nothing's changed. So it was just in my head.
When I was a little kid, and I want to say little kid being like maybe 12, I did the math to the new century, to the 21st century. And in that math, I was going to be 50 years old or something, 51 or 2. And I thought, oh my God, I'm going to be almost dead.
2001 Space Odyssey. Was that what it was?
It was.
Because I figured it out when we went to see 2001 that I'd be 50. And I thought, oh my God, I'll be 50.
What's really interesting is, I never thought I was going to live to be this old. Okay, now that I'm this old, I can't imagine why I thought that.
I know, and you've got another probably 40 years to go.
Who knows? I may be coming back and drinking sulfur water and see if I can make it to 100.
I never thought
60
40 and
is the
50
new
was
40.
old for me, because my parents, when they were that age, they looked young. So
I always thought my parents looked old. My grandmother died at 56, and she looked ancient to me. Now, of
My
course, she
grandmother
died of
always
cancer.
looked old. She was like probably 35 when and she looked old.
The white gray hair
She's
and
from Russia.
she was only 58 years old and she was dead.
My grandmother
Maybe
had
56.
one missing finger because she always worked at restaurants, and she got it in the grinder.
oh,
All of my childhood, I would hold her finger in her nub, and she was so precious, and she wasn't more than 50 then, because I was a baby, but she looked like she was 90 to me.
Well, I have just come to the realization that when people look at me, they think old woman. So, that I'm an elderly or, senior citizen.
I'm the oldest
Yes.
one here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm 7.
I'm glad.
Okay. It's okay with me. I don't want to be the oldest one.
I'm usually the oldest one.
About aging.
Yeah, that's okay with me. Gray is the new hip color to have. I've been trying to go platinum for years, and I can't figure out how to do it myself, and I refuse to
Go to a
I
shop.
kind of platinumed myself out in the front.
Yeah, you have to go to a shop.
Yeah, I want platinum.
I don't want to have to do roots
Oh, the head of us all.
because
I hate
it's coming in
my gray.
blonde.
I
What is
hate
it,
my
Janet?
gray. I just, every time I see it,
How old are you now?
I wish my hair would go white. That
Mary,
would be,
how old are you?
49.
Well, I'll give you
Oh,
another
you're
5 years, and you'll be like, you know what? I think salt and pepper sounds cool. You change. You change. I was a redhead for years.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. And I've always been a variation on this. So the hair that should be gray is white.
That's
So,
cool.
That's okay with me. Yeah.
Well,
My mother's hair was beautiful.
The thing I hate about gray is it's not the same texture as my other hair.
It's woolier, isn't it? It's It's like got a mind of its own.
Yes. And
It's thicker.
oh my God. And I have very fine hair. and so it's real limp. But I have a lot.
mine here.
Yeah, but I have a lot of it, and the gray, man, they just kind of stick up all over, and
Yeah, they do have a different
yeah.
texture to
And
them.
they
That's really,
kinda
really
get
true.
pink.
Okay, good to know.
Well, they get like these little bends in them, like that's why they stick up, because they have all these little bends in them. At least the people that I've talked to and mine do.
You know what's really funny is when you're looking over and you're seeing people like at the clubhouse and stuff, and they're all old people. I mean, they look like a bunch of old, white-haired, khaki-colored pants, navy blue tops. and I find out that I'm the same age. I was like, it freaks me out. I'm like, I'm their age.
That's what I
I'm
have
a real young
discovered.
thinker.
That's what I discovered. There
And
was
colorful.
there was a guy at the campground, and he said he was 56 years old. He looked like he was 75.
I was
So I'm
talking
thinking-
Medicare with this guy, and I go, so did you start social with, how do you get your checks here? He goes, social? I'm 56.
Yeah,
Rough life, buddy. Rough life.
yeah. And that's what I'm saying. It's like I've never really been good at determining people's ages. And so, I just put them in decades. They're in their 20s, they're in their 30s, they're in their 50s, whatever it is.
I went to Walmart and bought all the crap. You ever remember those?
Why?
I don't know.
I can think of way better ways to burn calories than that.
Because I lost weight at the doctor's. I'm thinking, I can eat. It's like,
Oh, God.
I know what it is. I'm walking my butt off more.
The longer other women live means there is hope of us all living longer. You go, girl. I'm going to live to be ancient. And they will be prying my driver's license out of my hand.
I'm going to live forever.
I am. I've just decided.
Remember my name.
I just can't think of a good age that it would be convenient for me to die.
When I can't take care of myself, if I can't wipe my butt, if I can't put my
Just
bra
wear a
on any
diaper.
longer.
Honest to God, that's what diapers are for. I figured
I
that.
don't wear a bra for a long time. I don't even wear one anyway. It's the first thing that goes when I'm in the house.
I don't trust anything near fracking. No, they don't have any fracking at this national forest. Just thought I'd throw that in. Because somebody was saying something about fracking. And that sulfur water comes out of there, blah, blah, blah. But no, there's no... And it's interesting you should say that, because I was actually interested in whether or not that national forest had fracking within, 500 miles. And it really, the girl in town said, what's fracking? And I thought, I'm safe. What's fracking? Oh my God.
You've done really well, RV lady. You've gone all the way from California to here. It's something that I'm going to do. I'm doing the other way, but
Oh, I'll be going. I hope to winter in Florida, and then I'm going to head up to the Carolinas. Georgia, the Carolinas, and then take a left and head west again. But I may end up coming down because there were 2 RV parks that I didn't go look at in Texas. And that was because I figured they were closer to Houston. I thought they were closer to Houston than they were. And so I just called them up and said, I'll be coming in the spring. And they were like, okay.
We were there, rainy. I enjoyed Brownsville. It was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, you said that. You sent me a text that said that. And, Brownsville, I'm sure is fine. It's the mosquitoes in Texas that I
hate mosquitoes.
Honest to God.
Me too.
Mosquitoes are humongous. They're huge. They're as big as a dime.
That would get me
And,
looked up
I
so
mean, when
fast.
they're
I'd be running
people-
the other direction.
Oh my! And not only that, you step on the grass and they're on you. They are just.
Are you talking
on
about
you,
your Padres
hundreds of
Island and
them.
all that?
Well,
Yes.
speaking of,
And-
is that by Corpus Christi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, speaking of that,
Yes.
there's that get together in January, and
Right.
the mosquitoes
Right.
are keeping me from wanting to go.
And you would think that they'd be gone in January.
I don't know.
It depends on
Right.
what the temperature is. They don't
Right.
care what month it is. They care
They
about
want my
what temperature
blood.
it is. And yeah. And it was, I would go and walk the dog, and she would walk off onto the grass, and they were all over her. And I used
And then you can get really sick from that stuff too.
off. I used off outdoor.
And then you're putting poison on your skin,
and
you gotta.
I know. Well, on my clothes anyway. But I would basically, we'd stand in the doorway, and I would spray us both, just like this.
You could walk in without a
just
bunch of flying. Oh.
Yeah. And so, because I didn't want them to come into the RV. And so I was spraying the dog, spraying myself, and Skin So Soft, they like that down there. They drink that by the gallon. Skin So Soft does not keep.
I didn't find it worked very well
you.
either. I know
People say
everybody
it's
talks about it, but
The Avon company made a lot of money on that product.
Oh, they did.
I've got 2 huge bottles of it. And
I don't think it smells very good.
I was using it very generously.
It's better than off.
Well, true.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the way it smells, but I like the way it makes my skin feel. But it seems to me that it used to like stay on the skin longer or something. I don't know. It's an oil.
Mm-hmm.
It's an oily thing, but I like it. But it doesn't do anything for those damn mosquitoes in Texas. Those things are hungry, and they're looking in droves.
Sure.
And that's a good idea to take the wipes. Oh, they also have some wipes that you can use, but to put the Skin So Soft on a wipe is basically how I put it on my legs anyway. But and then put it on your skin that way. But the off thing that worked really well. I think it's called Deep Woods Off, and when I went to shopping, we went through an entire can at one campsite.
Merry Christmas, RV Women.
So I, made sure I stocked up. But now where I am, no bugs.
There's no bugs here.
It's but it's cold. It's cold though.
Well, that's why.
And I would rather have, And the sun would come out, and those mosquitoes on Padre Island. There's just no place to hide from them. And, because I was driving up and down Padre Island. On the beach itself, it was very nice, no mosquitoes. But in the campground, anytime you touched grass, they were just on you. And I really understand how those people are going to work that Padre Island thing. Because there's very limited camping sites, actual parks to camp in. And you can't camp on the beach because the tide.
I thought you could.
If you want to swim out, you can.
I thought everybody was parking on the beach.
You might want to go. No, well, they may think they're going to, but they're not going to.
Standing too.
Nobody takes RVs down on the beach there. I guess there is a time of year, maybe summer, where there is a big beach for whatever reason. But the tide, it comes in and out, just like the ocean. And it comes up high, and that sand is soft. You could bury your RV very, very well there. There was a day that I was driving that I actually thought maybe I should put the Suzuki in four-wheel drive. But, I just went over to the harder sand, but drove closer to the water. But, and camping there is not free. You have to pay to camp there. It's not very much, like $2 or $3. But there's all the camping areas are on very, 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 very soft sand. Very soft. There's nothing hard packed about it at all. I wouldn't take my RV out there.
Well, then I wonder what he's thinking, putting that big get together out there.
I don't know, because I don't know where they're going to stay. You know, it's all controlled by what state is that? Texas federal
State system. State park
say that
system.
Again? Yes. It's all controlled by the state.
Sane and Satisfied says,
not only,
can you talk about the logistics of RVing? I really want to live in an RV. I've already have the RV picked out. What's the logistics? I mean,
the logistics are: do you have a job?
Everybody's
pay you
different.
while you're on the road.
Everybody's
the beginning part is: do you have a way of making money so that you can do it?
Yeah, if your business is online, then you can do it from anywhere, as long as you have
You're good.
internet, which is expensive, but so what? It's your business.
Yeah. And you just have to pay attention to where there's signal and where there's no signal. And sometimes you'll find yourself sitting in a parking lot next to somewhere so that you can get a signal. You know, it's like my Verizon right now. I have a MiFi Verizon. And yeah, it's got one bar. And I'm on a campground's Wi-Fi, shockingly. Because usually at campgrounds, the Wi-Fi is not very good.
They want to know how much we pay.
But how much we pay for what?
And how about how much you pay a month? I pay $290 a month. That includes electric, water, sewer, Wi-Fi, and even my antenna pulls lots of TV channels. But that's that's rare. Most in between 4 and 5.
I probably spend at least $300. Oh, probably more than that. I probably spend $500. But I'm going in and out. You know, sometimes I'll stay for a week, or, you know, and it depends on where it is and how much I like it, and if they have Wi-Fi and if they have the amenities.
RV lady moves. But she moves around a lot. I've been here since like October 1st, so I kind of stuck around for the winter.
Yeah, and see, and I travel constantly. You know, I'll stay 3-4 days someplace and then I'll move on. And at the longest I stayed was when I was in Sacramento. I was there for, I think 5 weeks, a month anyway. And, you know, I thought I was going to go crazy.
I'm ready now to move.
I just wanted to go.
Yeah.
The thing that keeps me stationary is work. If I am on some kind of job, then I have to stay where people can get a hold of me, basically because nobody knows that I live this kind of life. And so they all think that I'm, you know, sitting on the West Coast somewhere. Oops.
I kind of like staying a little while. I like to get to know where, if I like a place, then I like to stay a while so that I can enjoy it. But if I'm traveling 2 nights just to unwind and then back on the road.
Here's a question. How difficult is it to keep an RV warm in cold areas? I've read that it's doable, and I've read that
that's
it's
ridiculous.
Impossible.
So what are we talking about cold? How cold?
Yeah.
30 degrees, 40
how
degrees,
cold?
50?
Maybe
Yeah.
you've got an idea.
I don't know. Let's
Illinois.
find out.
Well,
Central
it's going to be cold.
Really cold there.
You're going to have to winterize and toughen it up and cover the windows and.
We're long
Well, you'd have to.
It's cold in.
You'd almost have to heat the underside of your RV.
Yeah, certain RVs are
and that's
okay.
just to keep your pipes from cracking.
I wouldn't advise it.
Because just like your house, these pipes will break. I mean, we don't really have pipes, we have tubes. But they'll freeze, they'll expand because of the ice, and they'll break. And then you've got no water. So you're almost looking at heating the underside of your RV, which is not,
Yeah, you
people
call
do it.
it winterizing.
You know, it's, yeah, well, winterizing is like,
Well, even no,
antifreeze
okay,
and that
that's
sort of
true. I'm
thing.
talking about like people that are putting the covers over all the water hoses, and then underneath where the something is, they have a light bulb that's on all night. And I've seen videos
Yeah,
of surviving it.
Mhm.
I don't want to do
yeah. And light bulbs work very, very well. And heating with what? Basically a light bulb is, depending on how cold it is. If you're dealing with freezing temperatures, you're going to have to go to
that. Propane.
Walmart and buy a heater.
Well, yeah,
Hook up
that's
to electricity and turn it on.
yeah. You need
propane
to
will-
decide: are you using electric or are you going to use the propane heater? Which way? The propane heater will put moisture in the air, and so you'll get condensation inside.
Right.
Whereas the electric heater, you know, it's a dry.
There's some
Dry
good
heat.
electric heaters right now that you can get.
I run 2 right now, the electric ones, and I do them both on low. We put one at the front for the dog, and then one towards the back for us. And then
Oh, shoot, I'm losing you guys again.
we put them on low, and and then they're adjustable also, so they'll cycle off.
I'll be back.
Okay. And they cycle
I'll
off,
be back.
so we haven't had any problem. Our low, I'm in Phoenix, and our low has been, I don't know. Well, let me look right now what I'm sitting at. Yeah, right now it's 52 out.
Yeah, we've gotten down to like 32, 35, but it doesn't last.
Yeah.
And you know, and
Yeah, we have too.
I'll open the drain. I'll let the water drip if I feel like
Right.
there's a freeze.
That's really something. Are you still talking about the RV weather thing? You know,
Mhm.
there's not a lot of insulation. You're
Yeah.
going to wear heavy clothes all the time. You're going to have lots of covers on your bed when you sleep. You know, and depending on who's paying for the electricity,
Right.
you're probably not going to have electricity in your coach, but you've got to keep the tubes and all the stuff underneath your RV, the tanks. You have, in an RV, you have a freshwater tank, which you don't want to have freeze. You've got the gray tank, and you also have your black tank. These tanks are made out of plastic, so you can keep them empty and you're in good shape. But if you use the water, even if you hook the water up to your RV, you're going to want to disconnect it on cold nights.
Mhm.
And in case the hose freezes or whatever. I've never done winter camping. I'm a fair weather camper. But if you go on YouTube,
Yeah, YouTube will do it.
you can find all kinds of answers to all of those questions. How to winterize, how to do it cheaply, you know.
People show you
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
to
when
do
we
it.
hit the cold weather, I am not happy.
Mhm. No, me neither. Mosquitoes and cold. No, I'm not good at that. It's 40 degrees here, and we stay warm with the help of a space heater. I grew up in, yeah, space heater is good. You're going to have a space heater for the inside.
Space heaters are great, as long as
it's
they're a
not-
good one. I just got a joke.
I have a space heater. I took it out of a dumpster. It works great. I haven't used it since, but when I was at, God, I don't even know where I was. I want to say it was in California, and I went to throw my trash away, and somebody had thrown away a perfectly good space heater. So I took it back to my RV, and I took it apart and cleaned it. Well, I made sure it worked first. And then I took it apart and cleaned it. And when I got a new filter for it, okay, I don't think it even had a filter, but I got a filter for it. And then I, stored it. So at some point, I will be using it. But I just use heat in the RV when I get up in the morning.
Yeah, I don't put the heat
No, I
on
don't.
all night. But if it's cold, that propane heat kicks butt. I have to turn it off. It's almost
Yeah.
like you can barely breathe waiting for it to turn off. Takes a few
What's
minutes.
the closest? Oh, I can go and have a better time during the winter. So what's the closest to Illinois?
The golf
I can go in Florida.
golf course, Texas. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I would say closer than that.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm assuming your job keeps you in Illinois. I figure the further you go down south, the better off you're going to be. But you're right there in the, you've got the lake effect going on and dumping snow and ice. You've got, you're right in the pathway of the Ohio Valley, and that always gets pounded every few years. So, yeah, maybe Tennessee. Closer than that. Yeah, I was thinking Tennessee. Tennessee is, it doesn't get a lot of snow, but it does get freezing.
Yeah, it does.
But not a lot of snow.
I have a son there, and they do about once a year. They'll get a little snow. My granddaughters really like that, but it gets cold there. We've been there when we had to keep the fire going in their basement.
Yeah, that would. Yeah, that's. The other thing that you might want to look into, which is really expensive, is a wood burning stove for your RV, wood burning fireplace thing for your RV. That might be helpful. Not really sure, but they're really expensive, and you got to punch a hole in your RV, stuff like that, to vent it. But there are companies that I'm sure will do that for you, considering they're charging you an arm and a leg.
She's asking
So would a tiny home be more?
Let me
of
look
what
at the
I
crystal
need?
ball.
Well,
Hold on. You need.
if you, if a tiny home suits your purposes and you don't, it's like I don't require a lot of space
Yes,
for myself personally.
a tiny
So,
home usually you don't
a
move
tiny
around
home-
much. You.
No, and it's insulated better, I would think.
Yeah, I would too.
Trailers are not
The
insulated.
wood burning stove. Think about a boat. It's the same kind of heating fireplace like a boat uses
Yeah,
for the
Jeff
RV.
Incredible has one.
And they do work. They actually do work. People think that, oh my God, you're going to burn the whole place up, but they know how to do it.
Yeah, they do have wood burning stoves for RVs, and you basically are losing. And I'm gone. I think. Do I have to reset? Are you still there, RV Dubs?
I hear you,
Yeah, we're all
but
here.
I can't see you.
Hello.
I
You
can
can't
see
see
her.
me.
Okay.
Can you see me?
Okay, I'm gonna
Mary?
reset.
I can see her.
I don't see
Yes, I
anybody.
can see you.
Oh, really?
Oh,
I see everybody.
I'm gonna.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody's coming in clear.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oops, there went Mary. No,
No,
there went RV lady. Mary just went the other side.
Okay, I'm back.
Well, girls, I need to leave. My little dog's telling me that she needs something, so I want to wish
Well, we
everybody
only
a Merry Christmas.
Same to you.
Merry Christmas.
Have a great holiday.
Are you going
Now,
to have? Are you going to have another Blab before New Year?
Yes. Next Sunday, we'll do it again, 4 o'clock Pacific time.
Okay.
And save all your other questions for that. This RV Women Hangout is over in 1 minute. We do this for 90 minutes, and no longer than that. We don't go over. But if you have any questions, you want to save them for next week, we'll be here, same time, same station.
It's nice seeing you,
Blab.
girls.
I like Blab.
Yes, good seeing
You
you.
too.
Good
Merry
to see
Christmas.
everybody,
We'll see you
and
next
have
week.
Enjoy yourselves.
Merry Christmas to everyone as well.
Love you.
And
Love you all.
thanks. Good. It was a good chat. Okay, bye. Merry Christmas all. Take care. Okay.